Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at in the world. And welcome to the Savanh Family Show. And stress is something that really isn't bad. It's really how you handle stress. And fighting is exactly the same. Fighting in a relationship is really not that bad. It's really how you fight. So let's get good at figuring out how to fight. So the big question is this. How do married couples like us who have busy schedules, run high-performing businesses, face challenges daily, raise multiple children,
and yet still remain in love, passionate, and happy like when we first dated?
That is the question, and this show will give you the answers.
Welcome to the Savanh Family Show.
Master your relationship, your life, and your business now. Welcome back. And yes, if this is your first time watching us, we just want to welcome you. My name is C. Savanh. This is my beautiful wife, my amazing business partner, Phyllis Savanh.
Hi.
And let's start with celebrating the wins and or letting us know what you're grateful for. And we need to all really stop and smell the roses and really be present in the moment of all the grateful things that we have and things that we can celebrate every single day. So let's let us know in the comments, what are you celebrating today and what are you grateful for? And us, we are celebrating the fact that we really just launched our one of our funnels that we're going to convert to automation, right? So we start with, in our business, we're in the online space, and we start out with live, which I highly recommend doing live, because then one, you get built, you kind of kill two birds with one stone. You get better, and then you also really get to improve. And then now we're actually converting it to an automated training where it just kind of runs by itself 24 hours. So that's one of the cool parts of it. So that's what we're celebrating. So what are you celebrating? And let us know, okay? And today we're continuing our best relationship advice series. And today the topic is get good at fighting. Wow, get good at fighting. Most of the time you think that fighting is actually bad, but it's really not, right? Fighting, arguing, challenges, obstacles really are ways to grow if you learn how to deal with it, right? So I shared with you stress as a good example. Stress isn't really bad. I've learned that, stress is really how you handle stress, right? If you look at, players, right? NBA players or any type of football, any type of really high level athlete, right? They last 5 seconds of the game, you got to do the game-winning kick, throw, shot, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. They go to the bench and they say, "Coach, give me that, draw that play. I want that play," right? Why is that? Because they know how to handle. That's a stressful situation, but they just know how to handle it, right? So fighting is the exact same way. You can either fight really, really horribly and go wrong, and we know we've been there, right? We've had our peaks and valleys as well in our relationship, and that's why we're here sharing with you. And you got to learn how to fight good, right? You got to overcome those challenges together, and we're gonna walk really you through the 3 tips that we have to share with you today, right, babe?
Absolutely.
Yes. So your thoughts on fighting good, healthy fights?
Yeah, I remember what Tony Robbins said, a lot of time, we think that fighting is a bad thing, right? However, there's some people that really enjoy fighting because they like the good make-up sex, right? And another thing is, he talks about, fighting is really just another way to get significant and another way to get love and connection. Sometimes, there's nothing to talk about. There's, maybe you feel bored in your relationship, so you just decided to, fight, and sometimes fighting is just, you're just emotionally high, and fighting also, on a reframing perspective, it's actually just a way to get reconnected, fighting sometimes might sound like it's bad, but sometimes a good bickering is actually not too bad either.
Not good, not bad at all. So here are the 3 tips that we want to share with you. First one is don't avoid disagreements. Huge, right? Don't avoid them, because when you avoid them, you start to stack. When you start to stack, you don't feel good.
Yep.
You start resenting. You're starting to build this pressure, kind of like a pressure cooker or a volcano that's building, just waiting to erupt, right? And explode. And if that'll happen if you really avoid disagreements. And the best thing to do is really just to take really disagreements head on. And disagreements are a healthy thing because they're just point of views, right? No different than anything in life that has a contrast to it, right? Yes, no, high, low, hot, cold. I mean, it's just two different points of view, and that's good because then you can figure out really this is the best way for couples to really start working with each other, right? Disagreements are a healthy thing to start pulling couples together to start working with each other, especially if you're new, right? If you're new in this space where you're now, you used to be one person and now you're a union and you're like, oh, that's our first disagreements, our first fight. And this is a way of training yourself to now work with the other person, right? And then through the years, we can stack fights and disagreements as like now we're fighting all the time. Well, all we're doing is moving into different phases of our lives that, new challenges comes in the way, right? New energies, new emotions, new feelings, changes in our body, changes in our mindset. I mean, everything changes, right? Whether it's even improvement changes causes disagreement. So then you got to learn how to work with each other again. And that's okay. And that's really how you need to really look at it. And so don't avoid it, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. I do agree, totally agree with him. I think disagreement is just a way for us to clarify and have clarity. And it's okay to disagree because, again, the reason why I got drawn to him is because he's a total different human being. He's the polar opposite of me, that they call it, the difference really attract each other, right? So it's very common. It's very normal that you actually have disagreement because, again, we're men and women. That's number one, huge disagreement, huge difference. And then number two is, we have totally different personalities, so we see things very differently. So do we have disagreement? Absolutely. Do we have disagreement at work? Absolutely. Do we have disagreement with how to raise our children? Absolutely. However, it was the fine balance on how you want to do it. But by avoiding it, it doesn't really help with the clarity. By clarifying it, usually will help with the clarity.
Yes, most definitely. And then the second tip that we are giving you is, remember, it's not you against your partner when it comes to disagreements and fights. It's you two against the problem.
Yes.
Okay? So this is huge because now it's, you guys are either at each other's throats, right? Attacking each other or criticizing each other or even attacking each other's character. And you got to step back and say, man, we have a problem. Right, and make that problem your common enemy, right? And you two, it's two against one now, so it's you two against that problem. Remember that. So don't take things personal. Attack the problem, and really, if there are problems that continuously happen, right? They might be disagreements of the same thing, and basically, you're instead of looking at the individual, looking at each other, maybe looking at the relationship, look at the problem.
Absolutely. Yes, and yes, he is absolutely right. It is about. When you're watching a movie, right? Especially the movies that get a lot of hit. Usually, it's about two person against the problem, and it's not about So how the actor and actresses, right? The main role, how they were together, fighting against the problem that they have, and it's not about you and your problem and me, whatever, right? And every time you watch a movie, if that is like that, usually those are the stepmom or like the evil queen or anything like that. So again, same thing with real life. It should be, us against the villain, us against the problem, us against whatever it is, the challenges that you're running into, and not, you and then him with the problem or you with the problem and him.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you're in that situation, it's kind of like a movie, like my baby said, right? There's the hero and the guide. Somebody has to step up and kind of be the guide. Somebody has to act the role of the hero. And then your job, both of you guys, is to really fight the villain, right? The villain is the problem. There's always a villain. The hero, the main character, and the guide generally has a problem with something or someone, right? And if you guys work together, every movie you've seen, the guide and the hero always fights together to fight that villain, and they always come up on top, right? That's the happy story. So. And then tip number 3 that we have is change the patterns, not each other, right? We don't need to change as individuals. We have a pattern. So if you find a pattern or a disagreement that always happens, things that always happens, attack that pattern, right? And change that. Because once you change the pattern, you change the individual, right? The individual changes automatic because that pattern seems like you change the person, but really all you're doing is change that habit, that behavior. Maybe it's a mindset. Maybe it's just a feeling or emotion. You change that pattern, and all of a sudden you look and you say, wow, my husband, my spouse changed. But it's really not that they changed. You just remove that pattern that continuously happens either with them or in your relationship. So
yes, at the very beginning, with us, especially at work, we fight quite a bit. And one thing that I told him is, a lot of times, sometimes I get too critical into certain things because I'm a woman, and I like to drill into the corners, right? And sometimes he will be like, "Well, did I do something wrong, or why do you attack me, right?" And I was like, "Well, no, I wasn't attacking you. I was just attacking the problem." However, at that time, we both can change the pattern, right? For me, the pattern is I need to focus on the good that he has done, and then talk about what we need to improve on instead of go straight to the kill, right? Because because I believe that English is, something that I'm not really good at, the story that I tell myself. So a lot of time I just go straight to the kill instead of, hey, this is what's going on, good, and then really restructure it as if I'm talking to a stranger. And I realized that, as soon as I change a pattern, instead of going straight to the kill, I talk to him as if I'm talking to a stranger, which obviously will be slower pacing it, restructure the word and make sure that I get to the right point in the right time. Everything changed because now he's reacting to it much more better, because I'm not really just pressing the hot button just to get to the point. And then for him, I know that the one time that it got changed is, he told me that he changed his primary question, which is, what is my baby see that I don't see yet? Right? What is my baby see that I don't see yet?
Yep.
And now he's more open to answer, to listen to what I have to say instead of, my baby say that, maybe my baby said that I sucked or something like that. I know that that's not what he's thinking. I'm just pointing out an example. Do you ever have thought about that?
Yes, most
right.
Definitely.
And then another example that I have too is like, I told him too, I said, a lot of time I ask myself, do my baby love me? Of course he loves me, right? So if he did something that's hurtful, is he doing it on purpose, or is he really doing it, unconsciously? He wasn't aware that whatever that he does hurts me, right? Because again, we have two separate type of people. We handle things very differently, so we have different mindset.
Yep.
And obviously, the first answer is no. He definitely loved me. Second is no, he's not really trying to hurt me. Okay, that's good because I have two positive answer towards it. So now it will be able to allow me to calm down and really look into what is the real problem here. Where is the miscommunication, instead of just keep thinking that, oh yes, he's trying to hurt me. Oh, he's trying to, he doesn't understand me. Oh, he doesn't love me, right? Because usually for women, it's always, does he, love me? Does he understand me? Can he see me? So those are the biggest three trigger point that women usually have.
Yes, most definitely. Amazing. Going really in-depth and detail there. So, look, this was an amazing topic, right? Yes. And, I know that you guys liked it, so please hit the like button here, brothers and sisters. And most importantly, subscribe to our channel. When we upload new videos or go live like this, you're going to be alerted every time if and when you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. So do that right now. And if you have not watched our previous episodes and series, we have a ton of video and content for you. We are looking to always add value to you, so please go back and watch it and look forward to the next episode we have, which is episode 5. We're going to continue running this, and that's an amazing series topic. So next week we'll be going into that. So listen to that. And then below there are links that if you want to get to know us and learn more from us, we have free training. We have content there to share with you our backstory, who we are, and some of the charitable foundations that we're part of. So click on those links below. And the question of the day is this: what are you going to implement today, right, when it comes to fighting and learning how to get good at fighting? Is it going to be hey babe, it's us against the problem? Let's look at it that way. Hey babe, let's change the patterns, not each other. Hey, let's not avoid disagreements anymore, right? So what are you going to do to implement into your relationship today? So we love you. We thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you on the next series, the next video, the next topic. We love you. If you like this show,
so no summary for.
Remember, mastery starts here.
See you on the next show.